Yo, what is up, Kings? I wanted to talk about the Sydney Sweeney situation. I actually really debated whether to discuss it or not, because to me it's really such a non-interesting, non-issue, non-whatever the fuck. But some of the extending facets outside of it are, I think, worthy of discussion. Like, specifically, do I give a fuck that Sydney Sweeney did some ad in which she has done, a lot of. She's done a lot of ads, specifically trying to get like young white women and young men to buy product. There's been ads that I've seen her with where she's like, we like all natural. I think it was like for either it was like lotion or it was shampoo or like body wash. Men like it all natural, and she's talking. It's meant to be a play on words like that, or a play on the fact that she's got natural jugs, she's got natural milkers, and that's the whole thing there. So she's been in a lot of these ads. Okay. I saw somebody post on X that she's been a registered Republican in the state of Florida since I forget the year. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a Republican. I might be registered as that, but nowadays I don't think in that manner, so I'm not really interested in that. And I know that, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, Sydney, a lot of conservatives, because they're so desperate to be accepted by the mainstream NPCs and mainstream culture. They're so desirous of it, so envious of it, that they want to make this like, oh, Sydney Sweeney is a Republican like me. She's conservative, she's based. Dude, she's not fucking based, okay? Even if she is registered as that, she's not fucking based, okay? Not what I would consider based anyways. So, but the interesting facet to me about this is how, and this is the main thing I want to discuss, is how all these seemingly attractive or they view themselves as attractive women on X are like using this, they're shoehorning this as a way for them to basically like flaunt their thoughtness and say, I'm fucking hot and I don't care. I'm hot and I don't care who knows it. I'm hot and white and I don't care who knows. It's like, these women on X, they don't give a shit that they're white. Like there might be like one or two who actually do and understand like, demographics and the nuts and bolts of all that stuff. Culture, identity. But for the most part, they don't understand this shit. They don't care that they don't actually care that they are white. They don't actually care. And so it's just I see these girls doing this shit on X, and I'm just like, you're only doing this for attention. That's the second part of this. Like, these women are only doing this. They're using this Sydney Sweeney situation as a way to shoehorn in their repulsive thoughtness and to receive attention. That's the other major facet of this, is to receive attention. to say, look at me, I'm hot, and a way to be bitchy, because women love drama. They love to attach themselves to any sort of drama that they can. That's all this is. You know, they don't actually understand what's being discussed here. You know, yes, is what some of the liberals are saying, is it stupid as fuck? Yes, it is dumb. You know, but liberals are liberals for a reason. You know, and not only is it from their side virtue signaling, but it's also jealousy, you know. But in the end, it's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. It's a way for them to receive attention, validation, especially from the right-wing side of things. Like, you know, I keep seeing this and I'm just like, give me a fucking break. Just shut your trap. Just shut your trap. You're not making any, you know, points of substance. You're not saying anything. You don't even know what you're saying. You don't actually care about the concept of identity and culture. And, you know, again, this is just a way for these women to shoehorn in their, you know, self-conscious, female wiles to receive attention, to be thoughts, to be thoughtarettes, thoughtianas. Well, actually thoughtarettes, probably. And to be bitchy. That's all this is. That's all this is. You know, and as far as the actual commercial goes, like, you know, do you know who owns American Eagle? They're who-ish, okay? This has nothing to do with race or I mean, maybe from like a who-ish identity standpoint, and that's what some of these liberals need to understand. Like, they're trying to shoehorn themselves without really being knowledgeable on the matter. Who-ish identity. So, but anyways, guys, that's it. That's going to be do it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment. I might do a part 2, but I got to get going. All right, guys. DBAP, don't be a pussy. We'll own facts or feelings, because your feelings just matter. See you guys later. Bye. So again, these liberal women they also fail to recognize and realize that this American Eagle situation is not some like white identitarian, white, you know, promoting thing. Number one, they were just trying to be tongue-in-cheek. But secondly, they were really, if we look at the foundation of American Eagle, like, they are owned by who-ish people, okay? Like, you know, I cannot stand when these liberals try and inflate the connection between that group and white people. Like, you know, white European people are not the same. And by and large, if who-ish people are being honest, they don't consider themselves to be white either. So that's just that. I mean, you know, both sides are equally dumb as fuck. I would say, admittingly, the left side is more conscionable for me, because it's like, you know, leftists being leftists, dumb as fuck. Shocker, dumb as fuck. The right wing, especially the tradcon right wing thoughtabellas, this is all self-promotion. It is a poor excuse for them to be able to flaunt their body on X or Instagram. It's a way for them to be bitchy. This has nothing to do with white identitarianism or anything like that. And you know, also, just because, I just want to make another point, and I guess this is more on the left side of thing, but I think it applies to both sides. She's saying good genes, like, she just happens to be white. She's not saying it's good genes because I'm white. She's, you know, she's more talking about her like beauty, like her, Sydney Sweeney. She's not like making an all-encompassing, you know, sweeping, all white people have beautiful genes. Like, that is such a massive leap. Like, I saw these leftist lunatics reacting to this, and they're just making these fucking massive, you know, fucking Grand Canyon leaps and just these logical fallacies left, right, and center. It just fucking made me sick. But yeah, that's it's ridiculous. They were not making some sweeping generalization about that. If anything, they should be mad about hot girl privilege more than anything. Like, that's the real thing at play here. And that's probably the last facet of this that I want to pinpoint is, like, yet again, another white woman is propped up, pedestalized by both sides, and given all this attention, adoration, and everything in between, you know. And that's why this is probably the biggest point on why I really debated whether to talk about this or not, because I don't want to feed in to the bullshit. But in the end, if there's going to be bullshit, I need to put out my statement to combat the bullshit. By the way, guys, just a side note, I do want to thank everybody who has supported my channel. You know, I don't have the expectation or necessarily even desire for my channel to, you know, become like one of these massive entities. I just, in my small neck of the woods, I want to make an impact and share some of my thoughts. And the people who have shared my content on X and various other platforms, I'm really grateful. It's really cool of you guys to do, and I appreciate the support for the channel. So I just wanted to say that I don't think YouTubers and content creators say that enough, quite frankly, because yes, they have talent, and yes, not always, but for the most part, yes, they have talent. Yes, they might be saying at least a few things of substance, but still, they wouldn't exist without the support of the masses. So, or at least a certain segment of the population. So, you know, anybody who takes time out of their day to watch me, I am going to say thank you, because I know how valuable time is on this earth. And so I think it's worth mentioning. But yeah, this Sydney Sweeney thing is fucking dumb. And, you know, it's just, again, just another hot white girl propped up. And yes, she's hot. You know, that's why the liberals are annoyed. You know, and all these tradcon females, they're using this, as I said at the beginning of the video, as a means to say, hey, look at me, I'm hot too, just like Sydney Sweeney. I'm hot too, just like Sydney Sweeney. It's like, give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. But yeah, the leaping bounds to say that in this commercial, there, just because Sydney Sweeney happens to be white, I guarantee they could have just as easily chosen a black woman or an Asian woman, and nobody would be saying a fucking word about this. Okay? The reason they chose Sydney Sweeney, as I said at the beginning of the video, is because she does have some appeal. She just happens to be white. Does she have appeal because she's a hot white girl? Perhaps. But she has done commercials. She seems to have success with the commercials. But again, it is a massive, fallacious leap to say that Sydney Sweeney or the commercial, the actress who is saying the words, which aren't even anything crazy, it's not even anything crazy, because she happens to be white, that they're talking about all white people being the creme de la creme, amazing of the amazingness. It's just crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, I cannot believe sometimes how dumb people are. Like, some of the shit that I watch, like, it's just like nauseating how dumb people are. And it's very interesting how technology, and this is a different topic, I always get sidetracked in my videos, but how things have improved in some facets, and we're literally at the pinnacle in some facets of American civilization, but in others we're declining so much. The average intelligence of people living in the West, and their ability to create or to think critically, evaluate, analyze is quite low. All right, guys, I think that's it for me. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Maybe one or two things I missed, but that's pretty much it. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I know I said that in the previous video, but I said I'd do a part 2. I'm just going to probably combine these 2 clips. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy with all facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you, King. See you guys next time. Christ is King. Peace.